Hey everyone, welcome back on my channel. Today's video is going to be a dupe videos. I haven't done one of these in so long and I want to do them more frequently. I have like a long list that I have to do, but these ones are either something that I know a lot of people ask me to find a dupe or try to find the closest thing I could find. So this is what I'm going to be showing. Plus a few of them are just, the dupes are just so common. There's so many that there's no point of spending the money. So I wanted to include some bright fun shade for summer. So let's just get right into it. By the way, this is my natural lip color, I just wanted to show you, but 90% of these are so pigmented and opaque that it really doesn't matter. I wanted to start with something bright and fun, and this lipstick by MAC, which is the MAC Viva Glam Nikki, is a satin finish, and it is no longer for sale, so I really wanted to find a dupe for you because I love that color so much, especially because spring summer is coming up, and I know I will be wearing this one a lot, and I wanted to show you that the Wet n Wild lipstick, which is under $2 in the color pink. Okay, I just dropped it. It's okay. But as you can see, it is an exact dupe for it. Obviously, the quality is not exactly the same. The packaging will tend to break, but because of the color, I think it is so worth it. How gorgeous and fun is it? It is a little bit of an intimidating color, but so gorgeous. And for that price, it's so worth it. I recommend trying it with a nude lipstick underneath and just mix it up together if it's too bright for you, but highly recommend trying these. I will be inserting also other dupes or other similar colors as I speak, so you can see, for example, compared to the Lime Crime Gerardium color, so you can see that they also are really similar. Fairly recently, MAC came out with the Viva Glam Mali lipstick, which is a beautiful amplified shade. I feel like it's a little bit on the sheer side, so obviously the similar color I found is not the same consistency. This one is a creamy color that is, it stays really creamy and shiny, but the color is really close, and if you are on a budget and you don't want to spend the money, a great option is again the Wet n Wild Mega Lash lipstick in the color Don't Blink Pink, which as you can see, so similar. Obviously the formula is not exactly the same. I feel like the Mali is a little bit more like darker reddish pink, but again extremely similar, so I wouldn't call it perfect dupe, but really close enough that I would suggest trying the Wet n Wild one if you are on a budget. Quickly wanted to mention that I'm extremely difficult with dupes. I will call them mostly similar shades. They have to be extremely similar, especially color-wise. And it's even better if the formula is really similar. Otherwise, I will have trouble saying it's perfect dupe. So I would say that most of these are really similar, or shades I wanted to compare in front of the camera because I know a lot of people wanted to see them. I had to mention the color Candy Yum Yum because it's one of my favorite, and during summer this is like the perfect time to rock that color. This is a matte finish, but it feels pretty creamy. It's not like retro matte finishes that can be really drying. These are really comfortable on the lips, and as you can see, this is one bright lipstick, but it is also one of those lipsticks that I was mentioning earlier that you don't need to spend the money on them, obviously, if you want to go ahead, but there are so many similar shades out there. The closest one, arm swatches, would have to be the one that I'm wearing on the other half, which is the Matte Diva lipstick by Milani. As you can see, it looks just as bright on the lips. I feel like the Matte Diva one is a little bit more purple, a little bit darker. On the arm swatches though, it is the closest one. Other similar shades that I will include in arm swatches would have to be Milani Rose Hip, which is a little bit lighter whenever you swatch them. And the other one would have to be, for example, the Maybelline Vivid in Fuchsia Flash. So as you can see, it's a fairly common color. I'm sure I could find more if I started looking. There's a ton of them, so if you don't want to spend the money, there's a ton at the drugstore that are just as crazy, bright, and fun. I'm not even sure my camera is going to be able to pick it up as crazy as it is. Speaking of similar color, I wanted to mention the color Lady Danger, which is one of my all-time favorite matte lipstick. This one is a matte finish once again, so it goes on really creamy, but it dries down to a matte finish and lasts for hours. It does transfer, but it's still really comfortable. A great lipstick. But once again, it's a shade that there is so many similar shades at the drugstore that you don't need to spend the money on it. The closest color has to be the Milani lipstick, the matte range. This is the color Passion. As you can see, this is straight up dupe. If I had to choose, I would say that the Milani one is a hit redder, but there's not much of a difference whatsoever. I know there's other similar shades like the Wet n Wild Pretty Persimmon lipstick, but as you will see in a close-up of the arm swatch, it is a little bit more on the orange side, but still it is fairly close. Flat Out Fabulous by MAC is one of my all-time favorite lip color, and I've been trying to find a dupe for this one for so long, but it's such a unique shade that it's so hard to find something like this. But I found something that is might not be exact, but I feel like it's similar enough that you could fool people into thinking that's what you're wearing. I'm talking about the ColourPop Lippie Sticks in the color Hard On, which I think they're pretty darn close. It might be a little bit darker, more on berry side, but honestly, on the lips, there's barely a difference. You can only see it because I am mentioning it, and I did like half and half. If I was just posting like 2 pictures wearing it, you would probably not be able to tell the difference, but because I use really half and half, you can really tell the difference. But it's barely there, so if you were looking for a more affordable version of the Flat Out Fabulous lipstick by MAC, I recommend trying the ColourPop Heart On Lippie Stick. I've been asked this question so many times that I decided to include this dupe. The first one is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in the color Patina, which is no secret is one of my all-time favorite lipsticks. Same thing with the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the color 13, which I believe is the Marvelous Mauve color. So as you can probably see, they are so similar. Not exact dupe. I feel like the Sephora one is a hint more warm, a little bit less purple. But are they close enough that you don't need both? Yes. Both amazing color and formula. I do prefer the Sephora one. I feel like they last a little bit longer, but the Stila one is still pretty good. If you can't find one or the other in store, because I know both of these are always sold out, but if you can find one or the other, highly recommend trying them. I love them both. This is where the not exact dupe section starts. These are extremely similar, not perfect dupes, but similar enough for me to mention them. I feel like the LA Girl one is a hit more white base, a little bit more purple, but similar enough for me to mention them. Like I said, I wanted to find a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. This one is in Party Pink compared to the LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss in the color Tulle. In both cases, I feel like the formula is not perfect. I find them a little bit more on the streaky side, but if you apply 2 coats and when it sets, it's not as bad, but 1 quick coat is not enough. I forgot to mention as I take it off that the LA Girl one is harder to take off, so it will last throughout the day a lot better. So it's cheaper and the formula is better. I wanted to mention this one because they are not dupe, and I've heard so many people mention it and I really don't agree, and as you can probably see, not dupes. So I'm talking about the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the color Lolita, which I do like, but it is straight up brown on me. So if you are really fair, you might want to skip this one. I love using it with the MAC Soar Lip Liner. It makes it a little bit more on the purple side. So there is a way of making it work, but it is not a dupe for the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Can, which I know a lot of people said it was, and I don't agree. Maybe they were mentioning a different batch because I do have the 3rd batch, which is a brownier color. They're not dupes. But in all the liquid lipsticks that I have, it is probably the closest one, but as you can see, still really not that close. If you don't mind it not being a liquid lipstick, the closest color that I found, which again, not an exact dupe, I feel like the Kat Von D one is a little bit more on the reddish, warm, mauve color compared to this one. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipstick in the color Mochalicious, which as you can see, it's a little bit more on the straight up brown, but it is still the closest one that I could find in my collection. I think they are pretty darn close if you want to see if you would like the color, because I know again this is always sold out, so if you want something affordable that is also quite similar, I would suggest trying the Wet n Wild one. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if it's not already done, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!